Hello guys and welcome to my God of War video. In this video I'm going to be going in detail about the Leviathan axe and its combos. As you can see here, this is the axe. It looks so beautiful. So let me go to the main attacks. The R1 is the light attack and R2 is the heavy attack. Now this is R1 and this is R2. The basic combo of the axe is R1 3 times and heavy attack is R2 2 times. Now this is R1 3 times and this is R2 2 times. We can combine the light and heavy attacks. For that you need to press R1 3 times and press R2 once. Okay, now let's go for the charge attacks. If you hold R1, you will kind of do like a boomerang attack. That's an infinite combo. I'll show you. And next, if you hold R2, it's like a normal charge attack. Next one is the sprint attacks. If you have to press the L3 to sprint, and while sprinting you can either press R1 or R2. First is R1 and the next is R2. The next is the evade attacks. So if you press X once in any direction, you will evade like this. And if you press X2, you will roll. Now these attacks that I'm going to show now that are only for the evade. If you forward evade and press R1, this attack, and if you backward evade and press R1, this attack you will do. Now you can combine these attacks with the like a heavy and light attacks, and the boomerang attack and all that. So that's very versatile. Next, let's go for the much more deeper. It's a stance. Now if you see, I'll show you now. If you see, after any attack, Kratos will pause momentarily and hold his axe back and the axe will glow. This is called switching stance. And this stance is, after you do attack from this stance, it has like its own move sets. And the thing is, like, you can switch to this stance from any attack. I'll just show you. I'll press R1 twice and then you can just switch. Same goes for R2. You can switch. Now I'll show you the stance attacks. So the stance attacks are two types. After you go into the stance, you press R1, that's one series of attacks, and then you press R2, it's another series of attacks. First I'll show you the stance R1 attack, and there are three attacks: pressing R1 once, pressing R1 twice, and pressing R1 thrice. Let me show you R1 once first. That is R1 once. Now R1 twice. That is R1 twice, and finally the R1 thrice. That's all. Now let's go for the R2 attacks. Go into stance and then press R1 once, or R2 once or R2 twice. That is R1 once, R2 once. That is R2 twice. And the thing is that you can combine these attacks. You can go from R2 stance to R1 or R1 stance to R2, which I'll show you now. That was R1 to R2. Now R2 to R1. And the thing is, like, you can put these stance into any of your other combos, like even after sprinting, you can see. You can combine in multiple ways. You can go from stance to normal and then normal to stance and all that. So that's like the melee attacks. Now let's go for the ranged one, which is like my most favorite part. If you hold L2, you will aim the axe, and while aiming you can either do R1 throw or R2 throw. R1 throw is kind of horizontal. It goes through enemies, it does not stick on them. And R2 throw, it just goes and sticks on the enemies, and if you throw the R2 throw on the enemy's head, it will freeze them. Now first the R1 throw. and you press the triangle to recall, and the R2 throw, you press triangle to recall. Now the same throws you can go for the charged one, either R1 charge or R2 charge. That is R1 charge. That is R2 charge. Now the next thing is that after you throw the axe, instead of pressing triangle to recall, you can either press R1 to recall or R2 to recall. Now first I'll throw the axe. You have to aim and press R1 or R2. Now R1. I'll throw it again and aim and press R2. And as you can see again here, everything goes kind of into the stance. So you can just keep on, chaining these combos to stance, throw the axe, get it back, and keep on doing. And not only that, once you throw the axe, you'll go into bare hands mode, which has its like own stance and combos. I will be doing that in another video, but just saying that this combat system is very, very deep and very organic. You can chain multiple combos and stuff. Now the final one I want to show is the runic attacks. As you explore the world, you will find a lot of runes that you can equip in your axe slot. This is light rune, and this is the heavy rune. So for doing them, you have to first block. L1 is block, and then either press R1 or R2. I'll just show you one of the runes that I equipped. There are a lot of runes, and you can change them on the fly, and they have the cooldowns once you activate. First I'll show you the R1. And even these runes, they have like the charge attack, so it's like very dynamic. Next I'll show R2. There you go. And each of the runic attacks have their own properties, like some will freeze enemies, some will stun enemies, and it just goes on. So apart from this, of course, there's Atreus. He has his own set of upgrades, and he can summon creatures like this. So it's like this game is just so deep, and it's not this is a God of War game, so it lives up to the hype and even does it better. Okay, that's it guys. Thanks for watching very much, and hope to see you again in the next video.